From Truman to Nixon, we got a special one for you here today. It's the President's Watch. And just like its name says, it's graced the wrist of many US presidents. Being a pop culture icon is enough for most brands. But that's not why this watch is special. It's special because in 1947, Vulcain made the world's first wristwatch alarm. They've been around since 1858, so it's no surprise that they have a world's first. And what an incredible one to have. Now the big question, is this watch any good?
Of course it is. You don't have to watch this
I
video.
don't know. We're gonna have to find out right now. Introducing the all-new Vulcain Cricket President. This iconic watch is back, featuring its signature complication with its re-engineered caliber 120, which is now called the V10. This places it in rare company, as only a few watches today still offer a mechanical alarm function. This watch is exclusive and has a useful complication. Now, just like the old caliber 120, the updated V10 uses a dual barrel system. This ensures that the alarm operates independently from the watch's main timekeeping function. If you want to charge up your alarm, just wind the watch like you normally would, clockwise. But if you want to charge up the timekeeping barrel, you have to turn it counterclockwise. So that's the opposite of what you would normally do to wind your watch. But what's really cool is if you spring for the sapphire display case back, you can see the crown switching between the two barrels, and that's pretty awesome. To set your alarm, you just push in the pump style pusher, which will activate the alarm hand. This will also push out the crown, and you can now set the hand where you want it. And pay close attention, the normal 5-minute intervals between the hours are now divided into 60-minute intervals. But let's keep it simple. Let's say I'm a billionaire. Okay, so I only have to wake up at 12 noon. So I take the alarm hand and just point it straight up to 12, and then push in the crown to set it. So the very first Cricket took 5 years to develop. They were successfully making movements ring, but it was just too soft sounding. Until one day, a Vulcain engineer was walking in the countryside, and he heard this. That's when he realized Cricket's sound and pitch can be heard from long distances. That was the answer. So he ran back to the factory and got to work. And here are the results. The alarm will last for 20 seconds. And yeah, I guess it kinda sounds like a Cricket. What do you guys think? Keep in mind, this one is the sapphire display case back. If you get the solid case back, it acts as a resonator and the alarm is louder. Now let's quickly talk about the case. It's got classic styling, nothing fancy, and is completely high polish. Just a simple case that looks elegant. The lugs are round, long, and lean. They do a good job of disappearing. Overall, the watch does give an authentic vintage vibe, and I love it. Now let's talk about the dimensions. I got 39 millimeters in diameter and a secret measurement of 34 even. I got a thickness, including that extremely tall boxed sapphire, of 12.8. And we have no drilled lugs and a lug-to-lug of 48.1. So I am a fan of 36mm watches, and there is a 36mm version. However, the Cricket does wear smaller than its size indicates. So that's why I opted for the 39. I think this 39 wears more like a 37.5, and that's mostly due to the extremely thin disappearing lugs. But you guys be the judge on the faraway shots and let me know how it wears. Now, despite having 4 potential water entry points, the Cricket still manages a respectable 50 meters of water resistance. One of these points is the domed sapphire crystal, which is designed to mimic vintage acrylic. It looks fantastic, and Vulcain also treated the inside with an anti-reflective coating. It looks crystal clear, but that's being helped by the silver dial. If silver is not your thing, they have a black, which will probably look more reflective, and a dark blue, a pistachio, and I'm guessing the most famous one, the salmon color. Let me know which one's your favorite. I think the pistachio is pretty cool, but I went with the safer choice. Each color in 39mm is limited to 100 units, while the 36mm versions are more exclusive, with only 25 units available, except the salmon dial has 25 extra, so 50 units available. I guess we know which one Vulcain expects to be the most popular. Let's take a deeper look at the dial. It's got clean, applied baton indices with Dauphine-style hands. There's a simple pool-style seconds and an arrow-tipped alarm hand. Everything is finished in high polish to a high degree. This is Vulcain's pride and joy, and you can tell, it's pretty clean in here. The chapter ring, Swiss-made, Vulcain, and Cricket are all printed in black for high contrast legibility, and I love the applied Vulcain V logo. Well done. Okay, there's a lot of different straps you could get. I got the gray, which looks brown, but in some lighting you can see the gray. It is genuine leather, it's got quick release spring bars, and a signed Vulcain buckle. The strap is comfortable and very soft, so no real complaints, but it doesn't feel like a top tier strap. Okay, we talked about the movement, but let's just see how it performs. Now, I'm a fan of high beat movements, but the Cricket is just so cool, I'm going to forgive its vintage, ultra low beat 18,000 VPH. This movement does not hack, and the hands only move in a clockwise direction. So if you overshoot, you can't go back, you have to go all the way around. And the alarm hand only moves counterclockwise. It is not automatic, and it is hand wound. There's 25 joules with 52 hours of power reserve. Now the big question. What will this icon cost you? Well, with the solid case back, $48.40 USD, and with the sapphire case back, $49.50 USD. I'm not a fan of charging different prices for the sapphire and the solid case back. I think at this price level, just let the customer choose what they want. They want to see the movement or they want a louder alarm. It's high enough, you don't need to nickel and dime me. But with that rant out of the way, we must consider a couple of things. Vulcain is the world's first for this complication. They got a rich brand history, over 160 years old. Plus, it's fully in-house with excellent finish and very limited. When I consider those factors, I start to see why it demands such a price. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next one.